Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man, Moray DB. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. IG Elephant Man _ podcast. Facebook / Elephant Man Podcast. For YouTube, hit the Paleo Hebrew in the top or the top corner or the bottom right corner. Those who are logging on Facebook, because I'm on 3 platforms, well, 2 at the same time, the Elephant Man page on Facebook, 2 of them, and then YouTube. So sometimes the people that's on Facebook can't see the dialogue and the chat because it's on Facebook. So you got to go on Facebook. I'm sorry, YouTube. So you have to go on YouTube to see the dialogue on in the chat. Also, YouTube, Facebook got chat as well, but sometimes your name don't pop up. So blessings to y'all. Shalom, blessings, blessings, blessings. I don't know if you guys have seen the Stay on Fire Ministry. Shalom, blessings, blessings. Oh, we could have set that up for this evening, but I already got a whole lesson now. I'll reach out to you guys for next week, because you was talking about getting in here and chopping it up, but I didn't send out a notice early enough. I don't want to send no stuff on Friday night for Sunday. I like to give folk time. All right, Calvin Andrews, blessings to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So yeah, I don't know if you guys seen. Make sure you share and let others know. I do supposedly Yatirian Spirit Life, and I'll have things come up. I do a live on Sundays at 6 p.m. on 6 p.m. Central. Yep. So that's what's going on. I had 2 pop-up lives that I didn't let people know about. So blessings to you guys. Make sure y'all share. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. When I last left off, one of the things that I was talking about was Yahusha made himself of no reputation, and he humbled himself unto death, and he got the name above all names. Every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall confess that at the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, men shall be saved, and every knee shall bow. So, but he made himself of no reputation, right? But he was God. He said, "Think it not robbery that he put himself in the image of God," right? He received worship. He kept worship. He accepted worship, you know. Um, and so he made himself of no reputation. So he healed the sick. He raised the dead. He cast out devils. So I'm going to read 1 heal the sick, 1 raise the dead, and 1 cast out devil. And then I'm going to read the charge that he gave to his Quartershim, his followers of the way. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Matthew 8. But before I do that, I'm going to open up in prayer. Make sure you guys share. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll open up in prayer. Abba Yah, in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, we thank you for your grace, your mercy. You said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw men unto me. We lift you up. We honor you. We adore you. There's none like you in the heavens or the earth. Abba Yah, and we thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us on today. We thank you for the many blessings that you have yet to bestow upon us. And if you don't do another thing for us, we just thank you because you're so good. And you've been. I'm thank you for not giving us what we deserve. But we deserve death, Abba Yah, but your grace and your mercy giving us life. In the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, we pray. Amen. So he made himself of no reputation, but he still did the work, y'all. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and cast out devils. He healed the sick, raised the dead, and cast out devils. Right? But then a lot of people say, well, he was divine. It was his divinity. But he led by example. Because when the Ruach in you, and you undo with the Spirit, the Ruach, then you can do these many mighty miracles and things like that as well. So I'm going to go right on ahead and open this up. All right. So this is the healing of the sick. There's many of them in there. I got a chart. It had all of the miracles in order, and I will make that chart available later on this week because I got a meeting right after this and some other stuff. So so healing of the sick. Let's talk about the healing of the sick. That's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about healing of the sick. And let's see. So Yahusha cleansed the leper. And when he come down from the mountain of the great multitude follow him. And behold, there came a leper and worshiped him, saying, Most High, if thou wilt, can thou make me clean? And Yahusha put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Yahusha said unto him, See that thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer a gift to that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna do this for you because you came to me in faith. Because you wouldn't come to me and ask me anything at all if you didn't believe that I had the goods. But he said, Can you make me clean? He said, Yeah, I will. I can make you clean and I will make you clean. Don't tell no man yet. Right? Now it's hard to keep that. Just keep it real, man. You got leprosy. You run up on the Mashiach, ask him to heal you, and he do it, and he say, Shh, don't tell nobody yet. It ain't time for that. Right? But a lot of times he was telling people, don't tell people, and they will go run and tell that thing. And when Yahushua entered into Capernaum, there came into him a centurion beseeching him and saying, Most High, my servant lying at home, sick with palsy, grievous and tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him. Right? So the first dude, he actually was up on him. The second dude is centurion, and he said, I will come to where you at and heal him. Right? And the centurion answered him and said, Most High, I am not worthy that thou should come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. Wow. It's according to your faith. It's according to your faith. Right? He touched one person. This second person is like, yo, just speak the word only. You don't have to physically come to my spot. First of all, I ain't worthy. I understand game recognize game, authority recognize authority. But you can just speak the word. I believe that you can speak the word and I'm going to be healed. I'm sorry, my servant will be healed. Right? And then even with the woman with the issue of blood, she said, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, right? That was her point of contact, right? But the centurion said to him, Most High, I am not worthy that thou should come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servants shall be healed. For I'm a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another man, Come, and he cometh, until my servant do this, and he doeth it. And when Yahusha heard it, he marveled and said to them that follow, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, not in all of Israel. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom must be cast out, and the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Yahusha said to the centurion, Go thy way, as thou believe, so be it done unto thee. Thy servant was healed in the same hour. The servant was healed in the same hour. You're like, yo, you ain't even got to come. I hope this internet better not be acting up. You ain't even got to come to my spot. You ain't even got to come to my spot. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So that was one account of healing the sick. Next account, and y'all track with me because I'm going somewhere with this. Next account is him raising the dead. Now, we always talk about the raising Lazarus from the dead, and there's so many nuggets in that. But I'm gonna go to this one that we really don't talk about a lot, and that's in Luke 7. All right, Luke 7. Okay. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. Now, when he came nigh to the gate of the city, behold, there was a dead man carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. So the husband gone, the son gone, and she just like, wow, I'm down bad. Much people of the city was with her. So look, these are the witnesses. Much people of the city was with her. And when the Most High saw her, he had passion on her and said unto her, weep not, right? You got to be tough to just lose your husband. I mean, even if somebody died 4-5, even if it's 4-5 years in, it's tough to lose a loved one. Y'all know. And then now your son is gone. Said, weep not, and said unto her, weep not. He came and touched the bier, and they that bare him stood still. So everybody looking. And he said, young man, I say unto thee, arise. This can go so far. This Luke 7:14. Arise. Yahusha is telling you today, arise. Quam Yasharal. Quam, rise. Arise, Yasharal. He spoke to it, the young man. The young man was dead, which means there was no spirit, there was no life in it, right? And it's a lot of dead situations. Yahusha is saying, arise. Rise up. Arise. And he that was dead sat up. Oh my goodness. And began to speak. And he delivered him to his mother. And there came a fear on all. Yeah, you best believe that. He ain't just coming with the gift of gab. He coming with power, might. He coming with demonstration. Fear came upon them all. Feel me? And they glorified the Most High, Yahuwah, saying, "This, now that a great prophet is risen up among us, and that Yahuwah has visited his people." Wow, a dead situation, witnessed by all. Yahusha comes into the scene, say, "Arise," and he is raised from the dead. And the fear came upon him, a reverence, right? But today it's like no fear, right? Because we're in a dispensation of grace and sloppy grace, and even some counterfeit grace, which is do what thou wilt, Aleister Crowley grace, right? All grace is not Aleister Crowley grace, but it is a lot that's going forth. And we taking this kindness for weakness, right? And doing all kind of stuff. People is not dropping dead like Ananias and Sapphira, and the earth is not opening up and swallowing 10,000 at a time. And so, we think that we good, but he's not slack concerning his promises. He's long suffering because he wants no man to perish. He's just good like that. And the great prophet risen up among us, and that Yah has visited his people. Right? When you see this, it's like Yah has visited his people. Before that, there's no hope, and it's just dead. It's a dead situation. It's a lot of dead situations in our life. It seems like it's no hope. We're saying Ezekiel 37 and 38, when you are to prophesy, we are to speak to the dry bones, Yasharal, you are to speak to those dry bones, right? And in his time, and he's going to raise Israel from the dead, right? And the rumor of him went forth throughout all Judea and throughout all the region around about him. So he be like, yo, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing just yet. But how can you not say something? That's hard. That is truly hard. Not to say nothing. This boy was dead, many witnesses, and he turned around and I must have stayed on that book. I'm sorry. Just showing the casting out devils. Turned around and healed him, raised him from the dead, and you're not gonna say nothing. Remember, I can tell y'all that we ain't got no Twitter, we ain't got none of that, right? No internet, no newspaper, and the town over knows what's going on. All right? Praise the Most High Yah. So heal the sick was the first one. Matthew 8, 1, 17. Somebody put that in the chat if you can. Matthew 8, 1 and 17. That's heal the sick. Raise the dead. Luke 7, 11 and 17. Raise the dead. Luke 7, 11 and 17. Somebody put that in the chat. Cast out devil. Now, I have 4 different areas, different stories. I'm going to read the Luke 26 story. but they have Matthew 28 and 33, Matthew 8, 28 and 33, Luke 4, 31 through 37. These are all casting out devil stories. And Mark 5, 1 through 20. All right? And on the playback, you can just go back and play it back if you didn't catch that. Luke 8. Come on, book. I'm going somewhere with all of this. Right? And they arrived at the country, and the garden which is over against Galilee. And he went forth to land, and there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils a long time. Man, to be tormented by devils for a long time is crazy. So he said they had devils a long time and wear no clothes, right? People always taking their clothes off and showing everything. That's supposed to be disclosed only for you and the person you're married to. Just naked out here. We unashamed. We out here naked, nude beaches and everything. But I digress. I'm not judging. I'm telling a story. Wear no clothes, neither abode in any house, but in tombs. So he was with the dead people, the people that was laid to rest. He didn't abide in no house, but in tombs. And this is why I believe that he had majority of spirits, because a lot of familiar spirits. He said there's a point a man wants to die, didn't come to judgment. And it also says in Ecclesiastes, the dead know nothing. So a lot of times people might miss a loved one that died in transition. And then they had these seances and necromancy and talking to the dead. And, Big Mama came into my room and she was talking to me, told me everything's going to be all right. And then play these numbers, 5539, and win the lottery and all this other crap. No, you're not talking to Big Mama now. I'm sorry. That's witchcraft. That's necromancy. That's familiar spirits. So this man, he was full of devils, and it probably was a lot of spirits out there. That's probably why he got. But I digress. So when he seen Yahusha, the man with the spirits, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, "What have I to do with thee, Yahusha, the Son of the Most High Yah? I beseech thee, torment me not." So the enemy knows his place. He trying to trick you to get reckless and be out of line, right? We live in a reckless life, right? Because he don't want to suffer alone. And he knows there's an appointed time. He knows that there's an appointed time. That's why he said he goes around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Because he know his time is short. And I believe the restoration of true Israel, clothed and in their right mind, are raised from the dead, right? Not possessed by devils, not influenced by earthly kings in Babylon. That's an hour and a second closer to the return of the Mashiach and the demise, his death, his demise. He knows what's going on. So the devils already know. So they see him and they like, oh, is this that time? This that time we about to be out? So he said, "Thou Son of the Most High, I beseech thee, torment me not." That shows his authority and his power. So he was of no reputation. He didn't say anything. He didn't say a mumbling word. He was quiet. He tell people, "Man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils, not for the gram. Don't even tell nobody. I'm gonna do this for you." And it's hard not to go tell somebody about the goodness. And that's what a testimony is, right? Your testimony, you're a witness to the finished work of Yahusha. You are bear witness because you was once one way and the Most High changed you. You was once dead in trespasses and sin, and the Most High Yah saved you, healed you, delivered you, raised you from the dead naturally, right? The second death has no sting over you. That's an amazing miracle. So that's why we go and tell people about the goodness of the Most High. And that's why we always be almost in tears when we about to share the goodness of the Most High Yah to family and friends and everyone. All right, I want to make sure I'm still, hopefully y'all can still hear me. Hold on. Testing 1, 2. Okay. I just gotta check, man. Because hey, I've done one of them shows before where I didn't talked and talked and talked and it's on mute and I didn't get I don't want to get long-winded in there. I don't know. And they saw him, they say, Son of the Most High, um, I beseech thee, torment me not, for he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. That's authority. For oftentimes he caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and he brake the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Yahusha asked him, saying, What is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils will enter into him. And again, my guess is because he was in the grave. It's a lot of familiar spirits out there. People be grave walking and going out there at night with flashlights and paranormal activity and at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying be fearful of anything, but don't go to the grave at night. You can help it. All right. And they brought him, that would not command them to go into the deep. There was a herd of many swine feeding on the mountain, and they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them, and he suffered them. And when the devils came out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the lake and were choked. And when they fed him, they saw that what he had done. And when they that fed them saw what he had done, they fled and went and told it to the city. So the swine keepers, seeing what happened, they was like, "Oh man, I got to tell this." Verse 35. When they went out to see what was done, and came to Yahusha, they found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahusha, clothed and in his right mind. This is what he does for us. He makes us clothed and in our right mind. And they were afraid too, or fearful. He clothes us in our right mind, like, yo, I know this dude. This dude breaking whole chains and of iron and metal. He going crazy. He cutting himself. Another translation is like he cutting himself. He going crazy. He's throwing himself in the fire. He's going crazy. He sees Yahusha and becomes fearful and say, yo, you coming to torment me already? Is it that time? No, it ain't that time. Go into the swine and come out of him right now. Right? So that's the casting out devils. So he heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils. Now, I want to read this other scripture, Matthew 13. I'm going somewhere with this, home slices. All right, so share the screen again. I got to open up so many blue letter Bibles, or this will take a long time. Here we go. All right. Matthew 13, 53 and 58. And it came to pass that when Yahusha had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was coming to his own country, he taught them in their synagogues, and so much that they were astonished and said, Hence, how this man has this man this wisdom and these mighty works. So they're like, okay, he's back at home. He's in the synagogue at home. He's teaching with authority, power, right? Like he know the word. Like, wait a minute. First of all, you're a young man. How you know all this stuff? And all these mighty works. Because remember, his own town heard about all of this stuff. They don't understand. They really don't understand. Is that not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary and his brother James, Joseph, Simon and Judas? And his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then had the man all these things? And they were offended at him. Did you see the demonstration? But then you're offended of him because you are familiar with him and you think you know him, right? And sometimes family and friends mean well, but a lot of times and I'm keeping it 100. They mean well, right? But they got limitations in their mind on who you are and what you're supposed to do. And they might have changed your pamper and wiped your nose, or they just seen you, in your, not walking in the spirit, or they might know you in this whatever, right? So now you walking in the truth of the Most High Yah, and they got in their mind how far they got you in the box. They already if they put the Most High in the box, they definitely gonna put you in the box. They familiar with you, they comfortable with you. Some mean well. Some not. Everything is not malicious. They mean well, but they just so familiar with you that they can't uh understand the anointing that's on your life. They were offended. But Yahusha said it to them, what? A prophet is not without honor, save his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. Now, did he lose his power to heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils? No. He still had that power to heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils. Still had it. It didn't leave him because he was at home with familiar people and familiar places. That's why the Most High told Abram, before it was Abraham, you got to get out from among your country, your people. It's too familiar. It's too comfortable. You got to go out to a land where I have to show you. It's too comfortable where you at, right? They know you. Those that labor among you. Oh, they know you. They know you. And they got you in a certain place. And they want you to stay at a certain place. And if you don't, then you're this, that, and the other. Right? You just look at Joseph. Right? Oh, he just, man, he's beside himself. He got these wild dreams. And Pops love him. Got this coat of many colors, man. Jealousy in his own house. But what the enemy meant for evil, Abba Yahuwah meant for good. Right? To the saving of that countryside when they had food. So, he didn't do no mighty miracles in his own home. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back a couple of chapters to the charge of what Yahusha, go down to Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and 1. Right? Oh, why is it doing that? Let's see, is it still showing? Okay. That thing be acting up, man. Okay, I got a good internet signal. Why is this thing so low? I'm probably talking real loud on here too. Okay. All right, so let's read this real quick, and then I'm going to check the chat, and we're going to get out of here. And when he had called him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, to heal all manners of sickness and all manner of disease. He gave them power. When we walk in our purpose, we get power, not just heap it upon ourselves, right? Not like to show power. We use power for purpose. He gives us power for a purpose. I want y'all, somebody put that in the chat. He gives us power for a purpose. It said he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases. Now, these are the names of the 12 disciples. And they start talking about the 12 disciples. Okay, I'm going to go down here. And these 12 Yahusha sent forth. This is verse 5. I jumped down to verse 5. And commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and unto the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go ye rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? A lot of times, a lot of people take this. Let me clear that up right now. They take that as, okay, see, he said, don't go to the Gentiles, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, so Gentiles can't be saved. But that's, as you can see in Revelation, it said many people were worshiping, many tongues, many nationalities, right? And he talks about it in Ephesians and Commonwealth of Israel. Israel is the foundation, right? But others, the strangers can go with Israel, the ones that is not the wild olive branch, because why would it be grafted in? Okay, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And I know people are going to email me and probably push back on that. Verse 7, And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. In other words, that means like same thing Yochanan John did, prepare ye the way of the Most High. So we got to preach. So I don't want us to be distracted in this end time, fighting, bickering, just not even using the power that's available to us to heal the sick, to raise the dead, to cast out devils. Verse 8, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Did you see what he said right here? Heal the sick. I give you this power, not to argue with one another and debate one another. That's low-hanging fruit. So you can be right. You want to be right over his righteousness, then then the power, the power that's available to you, it will be of no avail, right? So this is what he did, and he led by example because I just read all of them. He healed the sick, he raised the dead, he cast out devils. So in Matthew 10:8, he said, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely have received, freely give. I healed you. I raised you from your dead situation, right? I cleanse you of your disease, right? I cast devils out of you. Now, freely you have received, freely give. Don't walk around like some big shot, right? We have to operate in power that is bestowed and entrusted in us in 2024 and beyond, but especially this 2024, right? It ain't, oh, it's exposure, it's exposure. Okay, that's cute. Let's operate in power. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils, right? And I seen the little Cat Williams show, and he had some good points, interesting points on that, right? But and then this is one thing I'm gonna say too. People are ready for truth. That's why they champion it. That's why they like, yo, you see what he said? How he said it, he exposed it, he called it out. Because don't nobody want to be lied to, right? So he looked as a champion of truth. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We shouldn't be all shocked on what he's doing and what he's saying, right? But when we do it, they call us judgmental. Get the beam out your own eye, and you you everything but a child of the Most High Yah. When you try to call it out, right? But this is the thing: when we reject the law, and the law is a cuss word. Law and grace can coexist. I was talking to my wife about that today. Shout out to Donna Jeff. Law and grace can coexist. I hate the word coexist, but they can be in the same space, right? He said, keep my commandments. That's keeping his law. No, you're not cutting bulls and goats. We're not extreme like that because some of it is fulfilled and finished that he did. But keeping his commandments, love your neighbor as you love yourself, that's a commandment. It's not an option. But when we remove the commandment, we erode the law and make us lawlessness, make us a people of lawless people. And then we can't discern good from evil. And then when the lawless one come, it's a cakewalk, right? But when the lawless one come on the scene, we be thinking, man, we're going to be able to discern it. We're going to be able to tell the difference. No, we not. If we reject the law, lawlessness is in our heart. And when the lawless one come, then we're not going to be able to understand. Well, we're going to be raptured and we're going to fly away. Well, okay. I'm not going to, if you believe in the rapture, post-trib, pre-trib, mid-trib, what I'm just saying. The lawless will come on the scene. We're not going to be ready for them if we don't know what the plumb line is, if the goalpost is moved, if we only say something about it when it's bothering us or when it's, got something to do with us. And I also said that too. Said, "Ooh, man, they're exposing all of these people." What if people that knew something about you, and I'm not covering up the works of darkness at all. We need to expose the works of darkness on that. What if somebody had your jive, right? That you put under the blood, you ask for forgiveness. They pull it out, they air a special out and have all your stuff on TV. Ooh, expose them. Expose them. Again, I'm not condoning sin at all. But I'm saying it's like, I don't know. But that's one thing that those show us. One, we like drama, we like gossip, we like mess, but it's something in us that we need the truth. We know there's an absolute. There is no theory of relativity. There is no relative. Oh, is everything relative? No. There is a wrong. There is a truth. It ain't my way. You take the highway, I take the freeway, and we end up at the same spot. It's not. So when the Hebrew awakening comes and there is a restoration on the scene, yeah, there he is doing a new thing, but he's going to restore some old thing. Oh, well, because old things that was never supposed to be removed. And if you are a church or a congregation that is celebrate the church fathers more so than Yahusha and his apostles and his finished work, then you're gonna have a problem with it, right? You're gonna be out of order in the name of order, right? But I digress. Matthew 10 and 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses. I don't want nobody to say this doesn't mean this is not a pauper. This doesn't mean being poor either, because we got that real bad too. I'm gonna get my stuff in heaven. Okay, well, you didn't store up wealth for your kids. You die, we got to pass a hat around to bury you, because you ain't got nothing to pass down. You ain't got no generational wealth. But I digress. I'm not going right there. But this scripture is just talking about not by might or by power, no influence. Lean totally on His Holy Spirit. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purchase, nor script for your journey, neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet staffs, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who is worthy, and there abide until ye go thence. And when you come into a house, salute it, right? Bring your blessing to it, right? If the house be worthy, let your shalom, your peace, come upon it. But if it not be worthy, let your peace return to you. Right? We bless everybody, right? Godspeed to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We bless it. I'm a peace, I'm gonna leave with you all the peace. And whatsoever ye shall, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or your city, shake the dust off your feet. Amen. Stop sharing. All right. So praise the Most High Yah. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give. Right? So in 2024, as I believe, it's more than just exposure and shining a light on the dark and opening up closets and putting floodlights in them. Although that's gonna be inevitable, right? Because immorality can't stand long, right? That's building a house on sinking sand. It's bound to collapse if you ain't doing the right thing. If you don't have the foundation as Yahusha HaMashiach, it said if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? In Psalm 7. Apostle Lawrence Alexander used to always say that. Shout out to Apostle Alexander, one of my pops in the faith. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The foundation, that rock, Yahushua Mashiach, and his finished works. What can the righteous do? Nothing, right? But when we in sync and alignment with him, he just showed you right there in Matthew 10. He give us the power to debate, to argue, to murmur, complain, to bicker, to whine. No, I'm going to give you power to heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely have received, freely give. See, we get to arguing and all that. We're trying to be right over his righteousness. But if we come with demonstration, why you think he has so much? Because look, okay, you got Pharisees and Sadducees in the land, right? They doing their thing, right? And they telling you what to do religiously. And he comes on the scene and he restores things. The religious people on the scene, they doing their thing. Oh, I'm doing a new thing. They start screaming and hollering. They doing a new thing. Yahusha come on. He's restoring the old thing. I know that sounds backwards because we saw New Testament, Old Testament, blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some stuff was eradicated and ripped up that shouldn't have been eradicated and ripped up. So he's restoring an old thing, right? In some senses. So now he like, man, he coming on here doing, man, what? And then he fulfilling other things. That's the new thing, the fulfillment, right? To be king and priest. How do you give king and priest? He's from Judah, where the kings come from. How can he be a priest from, he's not Levitical, but he's after the order of Melchizedek, right? It has neither beginning nor end. He was a priest before the Levitical priesthood was set up. Anyway, so he came and he showed us what to do. And then he say, man, I'm going to do you with this power, and you're going to go out and let people know the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. So even when he ascended, you know, because he died, he came out, you know, y'all know he came out the tomb. It said, you know, the count tell he showed himself to 400 to 500 some people. So y'all can't be like, man, I seen him. You know, that whole, I seen Bigfoot. I seen the alien in Miami running around with a Diet Coke. Okay. Blue Bean Project, whatever. But he showed himself, the Doubting Thomas, touched him in his side. Oh, man, that's him. I remember, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they beat him till it's unrecognizable, right? So, and then he ascended. And they like, man, it's a mystery. Yahusha is a mystery. Like, he didn't come knock Rome down and no, my kingdom not of this world. You know, y'all gonna do y'all thing. 12 is the number of government. My government gonna rest on my shoulders, right? The governments are all of the world, but I'm gonna lead by example and show y'all how to do it, right? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So then he sends his power and acts. They all endue with power, the power that we read about. Then to go do what? Heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out devils, tell everybody about his return. He on his way back, right? Not to debate, not to block the entrance to McDonald's, and tell, you know, yell at folk and this, that, and the other. Man, that's why I said, what's your purpose? Your purpose should be his purpose. Your purpose should be his purpose. Then you good. Then you ain't got to try to fulfill somebody else's purpose or somebody else. They got. Oh, you gonna do this? No, I ain't doing that. I'm doing what the Most High told me to do. Oh, you rebellious? No. Most High, you want me to do that? Okay, it's cool then. If not, don't take it personal. It's his business. It's never personal, right? People don't. Yeah. Anyway, let's go into the chat. Miss Rochelle, blessings to you. Blessings. Blessings to you. Yes. Malaka. Out of y'all to the remnant. I think I might be butchering your name up again. Yeah, please like and share. That would be really, really cool. Kimberly J in the building. Shalom. Shalom. Cam Ford from Baltimore. Blessings, brother. I'm gonna have to come out. I don't know if you still at the East Coast or nothing. You got to come out there, man. I like the East Coast. That was one of the 3 places I want to relocate to if I had to relocate. Right now, I'm in the Chocolate City, not that far from the Chocolate City where Michael Jackson grew up, you know, and where Glenn Robinson played basketball at. But Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland. So yeah, man. But Philly, I mean, I love Philly, man. Philly, I'm telling you the place I like. I like Philly. I like ATL. No shade and nobody who live anywhere else in here. Philly, ATL. I like Houston. I never been to Dallas. I never been to Florida. I never been to California. But none of the places that I like. Calvin Andrews. Oh, stay on fire. Blessings to you. We might have to set that up too. And I got to get in touch with Shalia too. Shalia Rochelle. So we can get on here with this Naya's truth. Blessings to you. I'm going through the chat right now. Blessings, shalom. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Share it, like it. You ain't gotta like it, but share it because if it bless you, then bless other people with it. Yeah, I know Philly. Oh yeah, y'all from over there. Well, maybe because I guess when I was doing secular rap and stuff, Ernest Higgs in the building. It's hard in the Midwest. You know, even though we 20 minutes from Chicago, it's hard from the Midwest. So I don't want to get into another show. But man, we went out to Philly, man, with our stuff. Man, it was like love because it was like, man, it was just they was with it. You know what I mean? Doctors, lawyers, everybody, you know what I mean? They ain't looking at you crazy. They're like, oh yeah, we get it. We get hip hop from around, this area, these parts. Got a chance to meet a lot of people. Seeing the Kramer dude from Seinfeld, the Roots, Larry Hughes. This is a couple of moons ago. Larry Hughes before he got transferred. The Dog Pound was out there. Allen Iverson. Man, a couple of folk when I was out there. It was cool, man. But Abba Yahuwah seemed not to blow on the music because it'd be harder to get out and do his work with what we're doing now. All right. T Dizzle in the building. Blessings to you. Blessings. Yeah. Love is crazy. Yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it. So anyway, I ain't gonna get off guard. I ain't gonna get off. Say, listen. Well, before we get off of here, make sure y'all go over to a Grow Culture site. We want to build it up. We're gonna be having recipes. We have trainings. We're gonna have a lot of different things that's dealing with growing. So make sure you go over there. And then a Grow Culture 5 is on the IG, and a Grow Culture 219 is on TikTok. I was not liking TikTok, but I really like it now. I'm like, okay, something must be wrong with me. I like TikTok better than IG. All right. So blessings to you all. Elephant Man Podcast Network. Okay, good. I'm still under an hour. My shows used to be an hour and a half, 2 hours long, y'all. Like for no reason in the world. I'm getting better. All right. Woke Baby says subscribe. Please subscribe for this baby. For this baby be crying. All right. Elephant Man Podcast Network. Grown Man Conversation. Dillo Evans in the room. I am out. Perfect.